Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let's see who tunes in here. Good evening, my friends. Level Up Credit Blueprint, how's it going? MT Clippers Barbershop. Details, hey, what's happening? Credit Blueprint, what's up? What's happening? What's happening? The Head Eyes, Details. Senor, Detail Barbershop, how you doing? Just looking at something here. All right. Fern Cuts, Law. Exclusive as Cut Pro. Hey, what's happening? What's happening? What's on the agenda for tonight? Let's see. Now, I'm actually just going to be going live with a couple folk and answering some questions, but I did have a guest who wanted to hit me up. There was a facial. We're going to talk a little bit about that facial, but thanks for all the knowledge. Much appreciated. Concrete Barber, thank you. No problem. Tijeras, you are too kind. Too kind. Credit Blueprint. Joe Crack, what's happening? Wrist Work. Nice name. My dad used to call me Wrist Action Jackson. I was like, I didn't want that name. Juana Cut. That's unique. One Band Mother Cutter. Hey. SB2. SB2, what up? Law. My favorite educator, not defeated. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Big Lays, love you, bro. So, I really was just going to be jumping on a couple people's lives. I was looking for a couple folk that was supposed to be on there. I'm actually waiting on somebody to tune in. That's really what the delay is. But I wanted to at least honor the person that I was waiting on first action chat. My dad used to call me that. I hated it. I really didn't like it. Tyreek, what's up, brother? How you doing? Red the Barber Prodigy. So, guys, thank you so much for all the support. Definitely appreciate it. Got a couple giveaways and when are we doing them? I'll be posting this weekend some more of the Tyreek Talk Tuesday posts for sharing, so that way we can really get that. Okay, Credit Carl. Here he is. Let's get it. Request me, Credit Carl. Did the request. Oh, you know what? I think you did. Let me see someone. All right. Jump off and jump back on, Credit Carl. Let's do that. Oh, here it is. I think I found it. Here it is. Let's see what happens here today. What's happening, brother? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Nah, I can't hear you. So let's do this, right? Wait, let me turn this up, make sure it's all the way up. Jump off and then try and jump. So I don't know what's happening. Could you guys hear him? If you can hear him, let me get a 1. If you could hear him, let me get a 1 or a thumbs up is fine. I couldn't hear him at all, so that would have been a little challenging. All right, let's try this again. See what happens here. Come on, Credit Carl. There we go. I hear something happening now. You there? Can't hear you. I don't know. Like it kind of clicked on, and then someone said they could hear me, but they can't hear you. Let me request you once. Let's try. You out right there. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna try this one more time. Go live. What's going on right now? One of the students on deck. What's happening?
Yo.
Hey, we go. We got action, baby.
Uh, man,
What's up, brother?
what's up? How you doing, man? That was strange. I couldn't hear you.
Man, listen, it's all good, man. I'm here at the shop today. I'm not at the school. So I'm in Lancaster. I don't know if you know, but my shops are in Lancaster, PA. My school's up in Norristown, right outside of Philadelphia there. So introduce yourself. Say a little bit about who you are and what you do.
I play a little golf up at that Lancaster Country Club. My attorney's up there. Beautiful area. I love it.
Oh, yeah, my shop right here is about, what's that, about like a couple blocks from here? I mean, it's definitely less than a mile from there.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Lancaster Country Club's a nice spot right there. You any good with your handicap?
I'm a pretty good golfer. Yeah, I think I ended the year like a 5 handicap.
Yeah, I was at 8.9, but I'm more like around 12, 13 right now.
Okay, so we got to hit it. We got to play.
Yeah, we got to get out. So just introduce yourself. Let people know who you are, what you do.
Absolutely. My name is Carl Scaramuzza, a.k.a. Credit Carl, although I did not name myself. People in the mortgage business name me that. And I own a company, Credit Blueprint. I don't know if that's backwards or not, but Credit Blueprint is my company. We're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau for 7 consecutive years. We're located in PA, like right outside of like Hatfield, Lansdale area. And you know, hey man, I'm doing the same journey. My journey was always getting realtors and mortgage bankers to refer us clients, and Instagram and Facebook. I started a show on Facebook called The Chronicles of Credit Carl, where similar journey to you, where I just started putting free information out there. Hey man, if you need it, it's here. Here's how you can fix your own credit. Here's the tips on how you can build your own credit. And eventually it built my audience up. You know that, man. The more value you give, the bigger the audience is going to be, the more people are going to tune in and want to share that stuff.
Right.
So that's it right there.
So let me ask you a question. For somebody who is not necessarily trying to repair credit, but maybe, you know, we got a lot of young barber, professional, young entrepreneurs who are fresh out of school or maybe been working in the shop for a couple of years. I know some of the things I did. But what are some of the things that you would suggest? I mean, it's kind of tough to get credit. You know, companies aren't really giving out credit unless you have the money, and most people want credit when they don't have the money. So what is maybe 2 easy tips that you would give a young entrepreneur who's trying to establish some credit in the industry, especially someone like us who are working with cash-based business?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, so young entrepreneurs, I mean, first thing you got to have is you got to have good personal credit. So you really got to focus on the personal credit. You got to get those scores to 680. And then that opens some doors for business credit. But, you know, to go back how you get that 680. So I don't know if everybody knows this though, but 30% of your credit scores are based on credit cards. It's a huge piece of the puzzle, meaning you can never, ever, ever have great credit unless you have, very important, multiple credit cards with very high credit limits. So I just posted something on my Instagram story today where Citi, which is a credit card that I have, I got like 20 credit cards. Citi actually took my $15,000 credit limit and increased it to 20. So that is huge because 30% of your scores are based on how many credit cards you have. So basically, the short, more available credit, okay? My favorite gurus. Who's that?
Mike Bernstein.
My 2 favorite gurus. That's my guy right there. So yeah, the higher your credit limits are, the higher your scores are going to go, man. That's the bottom line. So you got to work on getting. If you don't have a credit card, what you should do is work on getting a very basic credit card. So I'll go back to that tip. Not to blabber in here, but this is important. A lot of people come into our program and they go, "Well, I don't want any credit cards." And sometimes you got a little bit of a higher fee or interest rate to get that beginner card, okay? And that's okay because eventually you're going to get those premium cards. So I did a video not that long ago. We were talking about the Amex Business. So once you got that American Express Platinum Business card, which eventually you'll graduate to that, man, that's a great card to have. You can start running all your business expenses through that, and you can travel around for free. It's pretty cool stuff.
Cool. Somebody had a question, and I don't know if you answered it for them, but someone who doesn't have any credit at all, you know, what would be like the one step to just get established to start it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's talk about like Gen Z or millennial and you have no credit at all. First thing you should try to do is piggyback off of your parents and get added as like an authorized user to a credit card. However, here's the interesting thing, okay? You want to make sure that there's no 30-day late payments in the last 24 months. And you also want to make sure that that person that you're getting added as an authorized user basically has no balance at all or maybe 10% of the limit. Otherwise, if you get added as an authorized user, it could be a double-edged sword. It could actually lower your scores. So that's the first thing. The second thing you can do is establish a relationship with the bank, like PNC or TD, and you can go into a bank. And I watched, Tariq, I watched one of your videos where you're like, you know, establish a relationship with a bank. That's true. So like TD Bank or PNC, if you set up a basic savings checking account with them, and then you hand them $200, they will give you what's called a secured credit card, okay? And a secured credit card that will report to all three of the major credit bureaus, and you're going to start building credit like right away. It's huge.
Okay, let me now I want you to kind of speak to this. This is something that I did. You know, we're talking 15 years ago. So it was a little different market at the time. But one of the things I did is to establish some business credit when I didn't have, because I couldn't piggy bank off of my parents. You know, my parents didn't have established credit. They didn't have credit cards. They didn't have car payments, car loans. They didn't own their home.
Yep.
I'm a first generation homeowner, first generation married, first generation high school graduate, first generation business owner. You know, I can go down the line. So I'm the first of many. One of the things I did was I built a relationship with the other bank, local bank. It was a credit union. And I also went to a local bank, Fulton Bank, actually. It's a local bank here in Lancaster County. I did know the loan officer because I went in there. I would deposit money, and I had established a relationship. The one thing that I did was I had asked for a small loan, but I had about $1,000, $1,500, and I asked for a $300 loan. And then I took that $300 loan, I put it right back into that account. I had that account paying on the loan, and I did that about 3-4 times. I did 300, and I think I did maybe 800, and then maybe 1,000 or 1,200 or something like that. How would something like that benefit someone trying to establish credit that they can't go to their parents, they can't piggy bank, and they don't have anyone that they can you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm first generation as well, so your story made me smile because, I'm the same way. I came from a family where, I remember we were like 12 years old, and it was my dad, he kind of raised us as a single parent, and the bank was knocking on the door. They were going to foreclose on the house, and I remember my dad going, look, man, he was going to try to negotiate with them, and I'm like, they don't want to negotiate, they want the money. So yeah. I came from not really having good habits at all and seeing my dad go through a lot of stuff. And this is my business. There's no business owners in my family. So I was the first to build my credit up, and then I was the first to start my own business. And I'm going to answer that question in a second, but I always think it's interesting. I had a customer not that long ago on Instagram, and you might find this to be true as well, that if you listen to your followers, the people that are tuning in, making comments, there's gold in that. There's a lot of feedback that you can get. And somebody said to me, they go, I can't relate to you. You're not in the struggle, so I don't want to buy from you. And first, right away, I was defensive. I go, well, you don't want to buy from me because I have a nice watch on and I wear cufflinks and stuff like that. Like, wait a second. But I learned from that because it felt like what I needed to do was tell my story. I needed to tell people my story that actually I came from nothing and I built this from absolutely nothing. And I want to show you guys how to get out of the struggle, man, how you use credit to borrow other people's money so you can start businesses and not work for not work for other people. Back to your question. I like that idea. I like you establishing relationships with banks. There's some people out there that would tell you need to spend $1,000 or $2,000. I don't believe that. You can $200 is just as powerful as $2,000 when you're getting started. So if you went I like the credit union idea too. So if you go into a credit union and you hand them $200, you don't need to come up with 1,000 or two. Just come up with $200. Tell them to give you a secured card and that thing. And then from there, this is really important. This is huge. First 6 months that you have a new credit card, it's like a test. Okay, you're either going to pass or fail that test. It's really simple. So the exact dollar amount you spend on it's important. I'll give you an example. A lot of people go, well, I have a $200 card and I'll just fill my tank up with gas and then I'll pay it off. That's a mistake, because if you got one of those Yukon XLs with rims on it, okay, and it costs you $80 to put gas in that, that's not good, because now what's called your revolving utilization is out of whack. All right, so you really want to spend your first 6 months of having a new card about 10%. So $200, you don't want to spend more than 10%. Keep it low and then just make minimum payments on it.
Gotcha. I know when you have a card, some people say don't go to 50%. I try to keep it at 30% or lower, just so that way it doesn't hit my my credit score. I try to keep it